May I say I look mighty fine in this hat. I like this hat. This is my normal hat. I'm having bad hair day, but this is actually my normal hat. I used to wear when I was a human being before I had a FNAF channel. And I wanted to talk to you about Loki and letting stuff go, but realizing it doesn't have to be all or nothing proposition. I was so damn depressed, you guys know about that channel failing, because I hate to fail. I come from a family where failure is not acceptable. Bah, bah, bah. And Lucky's just kind of been hanging around with his hands stuffed in his pockets like, well, this kind of sucks. So we've made a compromise. I've kept the FNAF stuff that I actually like. The stuff that I didn't impulse buy, the stuff I didn't buy just because it was FNAF, the stuff that I actually like, and that is still up on my walls, but there's very precious little of it. There's actually this, I have like this curio cabinet over here. There's stuff here, and there's the little plushies that I'm in love with. But that's actually it, except for few items over here. You notice all the posters are gone. I've actually thrown some of the posters out because I actually did not like them. It was just, I was so tied up in that business, and it was a business, the channel, that I had no parameters of what did I like and what didn't I like. I knew for a while I needed to get away from that channel, long story time, and because I would be buying all these like puzzles to put together, I didn't want to do them. And at first I thought, oh, it's because of my tremors, it's because I'm shy, it's because I'm not successful. I mean, I have currently on that channel 5,400 subscribers, and the last video got about 168 views in a month. Like over a month. So you know that channel is a dumpster fire, but I just realized I started getting out of it, because had he just done one game and left it, I think I would have loved it, but the longer it went on, and. But as I'm letting that channel completely go, and as I'm letting FNAF completely go, I'm keeping the stuff I like. But I'm getting rid of the stuff that I just bought because it was an impulse buy, or because I wanted to review it for the channel, because that is all that channel started to become after a while. And I didn't have the ability to say no. I didn't have the ability for whatever damn reason, because I thought it was going to be a success, because at one time I was making decent money. I didn't have the ability to say no. I thought if I keep doing what everyone around me wants me to do, I will become a success as a channel. Never happened. Never happened. So I'm going through now, and I'm keeping the stuff I like, and the stuff that I'm kind of on the fence about, I actually put in a bag, or put it into storage, and I put it in my garage, and I'm going to store it. If I really want to see it again, I have the option. If I don't, it'll go in the garbage. I had brought the jack-o'-lanterns back in, and I realized it was a mistake because it was making me feel blah. It wasn't like, oh, I love them. I was kind of happy to see them, but I'm kind of like, it's time for them to go. It's time for them to retire. They're kind of falling apart too, and they're kind of worn, and you can tell, and whatever spirit was in them, whatever essence was in them is gone. It's just, it's not there anymore. And I can't get so animistic where I'm not throwing stuff out, then that's a problem. It's like when the animism's to the point where you never throw anything you made out, that's a problem. So we're doing it gradually, and sometimes you have to approach things like that. Throw out what doesn't work for you anymore, and keep what does. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. I've been struggling for months trying to figure out, why are the Greek gods here suddenly, and how do I feel about that? And if I work with this Greek god, do I also work with the Norse equivalent? Do they even like each other? And I've been making it a lot harder on myself than it had to be, because I did not get the entire Greek pantheon. I got a certain amount of gods, and they seem to come and go. And with the Norse pantheon, they all seemed really interested when I first started working with Loki. And then since they realized Loki gets so much attention, most of them are like, they come by occasionally. So it's not like I have 20 Norse gods here and 20 Greek gods here, and they're all screaming for attention at once. Sometimes it feels like a lot are trying to come through at once, but it could just be that my discernment's messed up, because I'm making all these lists in my head like, oh my god, did I talk to Poseidon today? Did I talk to Loki today? Did I talk to Njord today? Did I talk to... I'm doing it to myself. I am doing a lot of it. Usually they're pretty good of, taking turns, so to speak. They realize I'm one human being, and there's a reason they usually had a temple to one god. Maybe they had a side temple to a smaller god. They didn't have 30 gods in one temple because people be running around crazy. So they're pretty good about it. And I notice the universe likes to send you challenges, and I haven't been taking the bait. I used to take the bait all the time, but the universe is sending me, this is what I think about people with mixed pantheons, and I'm like, I'm not even watching that video. I'm not, because this is what works for me. It took me an entire lifetime to realize this is how my magic works, this is how my spirituality works, this is how being Wiccan works for me, and that's fine. In other related news, I'm not decorating for Halloween this year. It's nothing spiritual. It has nothing to do with magic. It just has to do with once I started doing the FNAF, I honestly realized I had to really look at my intentions. At first it was fun, and then it was more like a commercial thing to try to advertise my channel, to try to tap in, to try to figure out what the hell I was doing wrong. And I'm like, I kind of shot myself in the foot for Halloween. I don't feel it this year. I don't have the energy to decorate. After I did the video for you about the Carkers, I went and I fell asleep for 5 hours. And I'm like, what the actual hell? And Loki's like, you do realize you walked from one end of the town to the other. Plus you've been running out on jobs the last couple days. Plus you're running the channel. Plus you're doing all the stuff around the house. Of course you're tired. Of course you fell asleep. What did you think would happen? And so tomorrow I'm probably not doing anything for fall. If I'm feeling good enough, I will go out and I will get like probably some Coke or something, and like that will be my idea of libation. I've noticed that I remember all that grape squirt stuff I got. We found out through trial and error it sets my teeth on edge, so I can't really drink too much of it. So now I have a couple bottles of it, but I will probably get the Coke because I've been falling asleep. But like I said, I think Loki was right. I walked up and down the town today. I've been running everywhere today, and it turns out I made the right choice because remember I was really disappointed that I couldn't go to the book sale as well. Well, it turns out some of the people in this town have grand ideas. They went and they got these books signed. They picked out the authors. They went and they got these books signed, and it's $35 just to get in the door, and then you can take part in an auction. I'm like, no, I have absolutely no interest. I don't have a 35 in the first place. If I did, I'd just go out and buy junk food and have junk food for one. That would be my entire celebration. Yeah, we're doing Dionysus thing today, junk food. And Dionysus is like, yeah, that don't sound bad. I might buy a pizza. I honestly might buy a pizza and a Coke, and that will be my bond. To me, it's not a big thing because when I came into Wicca, boring story time, you were only given Celtic flavor. There were no books on German or Norse paganism. The Norse gods were talked about like they were imaginary critters. So were the Greek gods. The gods only existed when people wanted to pull them down for something. It was a very weird time to be a witch. The only gods spoken of seriously and revered were the Celtic pantheons, at least in all the books that I could get at a tiny little bookstore that I could occasionally get to. So it was news to me when Loki kept showing up in my life and the Norse gods kept showing up. And it was news to me when all these other gods from all these other pantheons showed up. And it was actually good for me because I was like the worst Wiccan when I first started out because I just was not clicking with any of the Celtic gods. I love and respect them, but I wasn't clicking with them. I had a vague lord and a vague lady for the longest time, and I just couldn't feel them, and I was confused because I jumped from Catholicism right into Wicca, which is a huge leap. You go from one and one god only who occasionally had a goddess to, oh, the goddess gave birth to the god. What? What? You people have some crazy beliefs. Oh, I guess I'm one of you people now, but we have some crazy beliefs. The goddess gave birth to the god. What? And then she had a baby with him, so she had the god with the god? What? And you know, I think that's why I'm so liberal towards people's beliefs, because I'm like, we believe some strange stuff as Wiccans. I thought Catholicism was weird, because the Virgin Mary is actually the Immaculate Conception. Her mom was a virgin that God had a child with. Then he had a child with that child. Please try not to think about that. I tease Jesus in a very loving way. I go, you know, your family tree just goes straight up, son. And he's like, So yeah, it's weird the kind of things we drag into our religions. I don't mean any offense if any of you hold any of those truths dear. I really don't. It's just I look around sometimes and I'm like, yeah, I say why normies think we're crazy. I mean, I know people think we're crazy for working with the gods at all. But then since we don't have the ancient beliefs, we kind of like, I don't know, pick stuff out of the ether sometimes. We have some strange beliefs as pagans, but one belief I do have is that it doesn't really matter if I celebrate tomorrow or not. A lot of people don't celebrate the holidays, just don't feel them. They want to be left alone to work with their gods when they work with them, and that's good enough for them. So, yep, I'm doing good. Remember, it's a gradual process to let go of stuff, and I'm getting into that process now with Loki, with everything, with religion, with how do I value other people's beliefs? Not at all. I mean, I respect your beliefs, but I don't have to live by them. So, like, the next person that walks up to me to antagonize me about, I don't think you should mix pantheons. I really don't care what you think. Get to stepping. So, yeah, this is my sassy hat. Usually I let Baron have this hat as well. He has several. So, yeah, it's my sassy hat. We trade it back and forth. Don't even ask. But it's extra sassy. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna start wearing this hat because I'm tired of all that FNAF stuff. I used to have this beautiful pinstriped fedora. I loved it, and then it got crushed, and my soul went with it. I loved that fedora, and I used to have a bright red one. I need some more fedoras. Donate money to my Patreon. I need some more fedoras. Okay, guys, I will see you later. Bye bye.